Hey gang, I'm Fahaam, your financial freedom guru. Let's turn your dreams into billionaire success stories. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and controversial billionaire stories of modern times. It's about Gautam Adani, a man who went from being a school dropout and working in the backstreets of India to becoming one of the world's richest men, the founder and chairman of the Adani Group. His journey is a story of risk-taking, relentless ambition, visionary investments, and also moments of intense challenges that shook his empire. Whether you admire him or question his rise, one thing is undeniable: his story is packed with lessons for anyone who dreams of escaping the rat race and building something extraordinary. So sit tight, because this isn't just a biography, it's a rollercoaster ride into the making of a billionaire. Gautam Adani was born on June 24, 1962, in Ahmedabad, India, into a modest family. His father ran a small textile business, but the young Gautam didn't want to follow the traditional family path. From early on, he had bigger dreams and an unstoppable hunger for success. He dropped out of school after his undergraduate year in commerce because sitting in classrooms didn't excite him. What excited him was the real world of business. Imagine being a young man in India during the 1970s and 80s, when the economy wasn't yet the booming machine it would later become. Most would settle for a stable job, but Gautam Adani was wired differently. He wanted more, and he was willing to take risks to get there. His first step into the business world came in Mumbai, where he worked as a diamond sorter in Zaveri Bazaar, the city's famous diamond hub. It was a humble job, but it opened his eyes to the power of global trade, margins, and networks. Diamonds taught him something crucial. In business, the value lies in spotting opportunities that others overlook. After gaining experience and saving some money, he tried his hand in plastics. This venture was his entry point into global trading because plastics linked him to international markets and gave him a taste of what expansion could look like. And then, in 1988, Gautam Adani founded Adani Exports, which later became Adani Enterprises. This was the official beginning of the empire. Adani Exports started as a commodity trading business. He was dealing with agricultural products and power-related commodities, and while that might sound simple, it was actually genius. India was opening up its economy, globalization was on the rise, and Adani was right there, ready to ride the wave. But here's where his real genius comes in: he didn't just stick to trading. He had the vision to see that infrastructure, logistics, and energy would be the backbone of India's future growth. He knew that if he could control the supply chains, the ports, and the power, he could build an empire that would touch almost every aspect of the Indian economy. The turning point came with Mundra port. In the 1990s, Adani saw potential in developing a private port in Gujarat. While many thought it was impossible for a private businessman to challenge the government-run ports, Adani took the gamble. Mundra port started small but grew into India's largest commercial port, a gateway for trade that handles millions of tons of cargo every year. This move alone showed that Adani wasn't just another trader, he was a nation builder. Ports gave him the foundation, but he wasn't stopping there. He expanded into power generation, coal mining, renewable energy, airports, gas distribution, data centers, and even defense. Today, the Adani Group is involved in almost every sector that fuels India's growth story. But let's talk about the man behind it all. Gautam Adani is known for his calm demeanor, quiet confidence, and ability to see the bigger picture. He isn't flashy like some billionaires. He doesn't give long speeches or chase media attention. Instead, he prefers to let his businesses do the talking. His leadership style is about empowering people, taking massive bets on infrastructure, and moving fast. Adani believed that India needed private investment in infrastructure to grow, and he positioned himself to be at the center of that growth. It's almost like he built his empire brick by brick, project by project, and in doing so, he created millions of jobs and opportunities. Of course, his journey hasn't been without challenges. Business at this scale always comes with risks, and Gautam Adani has faced his share of controversies. From accusations of crony capitalism to questions about debt levels, to the massive market crash triggered by the Hindenburg research report in 2023 that accused the Adani Group of stock manipulation and accounting fraud, he has been tested in ways few billionaires ever are. At one point, his net worth dropped by over $100 billion in a matter of days. Imagine that, losing more than the entire GDP of some countries in a single week. But here's the lesson: even in the face of such adversity, Gautam Adani didn't crumble. He focused on stabilizing his companies, paying off debts, and reassuring investors. And while his ranking among the world's richest people dropped, his empire kept moving forward, proving that resilience is just as important as ambition. What makes Adani's journey even more inspiring is the scale of his vision. He isn't just about making money, he's about building for the future. One of his biggest pushes has been into renewable energy. While he started with coal and fossil fuels, Adani has committed tens of billions of dollars into solar and wind power. He wants to make Adani Group the world's largest renewable energy player, aligning with India's transition to clean energy. This is not just smart business, it's about staying relevant for decades to come. In airports, Adani Group now runs many of India's busiest hubs, shaping how millions of people travel. In logistics, they control ports, warehouses, and supply chains. In energy, they are powering homes, industries, and even investing in green hydrogen. When you look at the map of India's economy, Adani's fingerprints are everywhere. Financially, Gautam Adani's rise has been meteoric. From running a small trading firm in 1988 to becoming one of the world's richest men with a net worth that once crossed $150 billion, his wealth growth is almost unmatched. He has been ranked in the top 3 richest people in the world, a position that shocked many because he wasn't a Silicon Valley tech founder or a Wall Street investor. He was a businessman from India who built his fortune in bricks, steel, ports, and energy. That makes his story unique. He represents the rise of India as a global economic powerhouse, and his journey is proof that billionaires don't just come from California, they can come from Ahmedabad too. Now let's talk about the lessons we can take from his life. First, start where you are. Gautam Adani didn't have elite education, family wealth, or connections that guaranteed success. What he had was courage to take risks and vision to see opportunities. Second, think big but start small. He didn't build a port on day one, he started with trading, learned the ropes, and then scaled up. Third, don't be afraid of setbacks. Adani has faced storms that could have sunk many businesses, but he stayed calm and worked his way out of them. And finally, always look to the future. His massive bets on renewable energy show that he isn't just thinking about today's profits, he's building for tomorrow's world. Gautam Adani's biography is not just about a man who became rich. It's about a mindset. The mindset that says, I will not let my circumstances define me, I will define my own destiny. From a diamond sorter to a global billionaire, his story is proof that if you combine vision with action, and resilience with risk-taking, the world will eventually take notice. He has inspired a generation of Indian entrepreneurs to dream bigger and think globally. Whether you agree with his methods or not, his impact is undeniable. He is shaping India's infrastructure, influencing its energy policies, and making his mark on the global stage. So the next time you hear the name Gautam Adani, don't just think of billions of dollars and skyscrapers of wealth. Think of the young boy in Ahmedabad who refused to settle, who left school because he wanted to learn in the real world, who started sorting diamonds and trading plastics, and who ended up building one of the biggest business empires on the planet. His journey is a reminder to all of us chasing financial freedom that success doesn't come overnight. It comes to those who dare, who risk, who fail, and who rise again. Adani's story shows us that financial freedom isn't just about money, it's about creating something lasting, something bigger than yourself, something that changes the world around you. And that, gang, is the incredible billionaire journey of Gautam Adani. From school dropout to global business leader, from a single trading firm to one of the world's most powerful conglomerates, his life is a masterclass in ambition, risk, resilience, and vision. If you're sitting at home wondering whether you can build something, let Adani's story remind you that every giant empire starts with one small step.